instead of just posting about Siem Reap, I want to bring out a narrative or a perspective that the word I would use is thought-provoking. Yes. What would they feel or what would they think about when they see this headline or this image? So that's why every time I pick the image, I scroll like for 30 minutes just looking through my galleries. I don't just pick random one, I pick something that relates to the topic, and also the caption or the title of the blog should also be the same. And now I start to apply it to my own videos as well.
Greetings, Bunneam. Thanks for joining with Cambodianess as one of our speakers for the Gems of Siem Reap talk show.
Yes.
I'm Usa at Cambodianess, a news reporter, and I'm really eager to know more about your experiences as one of the well-known content creators in Siem Reap province. So without further delay, let's talk more about yourself. Could you please introduce about yourself and what have prompted you to become a content creator, and what mostly like contents that you mostly post the most?
Okay, thank you. First of all, I would like to say hello to the audience and everyone watching. My name is Bunneam, but I'm also known as Neem on social media. I am currently living and working in Siem Reap full time, and I also am a content creator. And content creation for me wasn't my main objective or something that I dream of doing. I started in, I believe, 2018 or 2019, mostly doing photography, and I once posted a photo onto the internet and got a lot of, I would say, engagement, and also I got a lot of shares, which motivate me to create a Facebook page under my own name. And since then I've been posting about Siem Reap, about other places in Cambodia, and I evolved from just posting photos and turn it into reels and also vlog style video. And something that actually motivates me to keep going and keep creating is seeing the engagement and also the, how would I say, the positive impacts that it brings to Siem Reap, and also making people not just in Cambodia but international viewers know more about Cambodia.
But mostly contents are related about tourism sector, right?
Yes, I mostly do travel content. From my experience, because in the first, I would say 1 or 2 years of my content creation journey, I mostly focus on temples, because at the start, I believe temple is the, how would I say, when you think of Siem Reap, you think of the temples. So I wanted to use it as something that I can work with. Basically, I try to promote different temples. First, I started with basically Angkor Wat, and then I start to expand the list, basically going from Angkor Wat to other well-known, less well-known temples. And over time, I feel like I have visited a lot of temples nearby Angkor Wat, and I have posted a lot of the temples already. So for myself, I started to explore further. I started to visit the communities, local communities like Kampong Klang, and also the Takchup Knapo forest community, and also other local communities as well. So I started to see the different potentials that Siem Reap has beyond just the temple. That's why I wanted to expose it. And from my experience, a lot of people actually enjoy those type of contents more than the temple as well, because some of the places that they saw on my page, they didn't know existed. They only thought, oh, maybe Siem Reap only has the temple and maybe Phnom Kulen, and that's it. But when you actually go deeper, you actually know there are a lot of great places beyond just Angkor Wat or the other temples.
Actually, what captured my heart the most is not about the videos and photos alone, but also the captions that you write in every post.
Yes.
But what key message that you want to convey to audience? Because every photo, every video, it lives with a caption. So and it is so critical for me. Like it left me a message that a meaning that I need to like research more. It reminds me of something else that, oh, I should visit that place. Oh, I should research more on that particular place. So what's the key reason behind it?
I believe you're not the only one that actually feel fascinated about some of the contents that I publish. From my experience, content creation is, I would say, something that helps me discover myself as well. Like I said, I started as a photographer, just doing the same thing as everyone else. But then after a while, I started to notice every time I visit the temple by myself, or I spend longer time in one particular temple, and then started to see, to look around and then observe everything that I see. I start to see the different angle or the different way that the temple feels for me. Instead of just posting about Siem Reap, I want to bring out a narrative or a perspective that the word I would use is thought-provoking. Yes. What would they feel, or what would they think about when they see this headline or this image? So that's why every time I pick the image, I scroll like for 30 minutes just looking through my galleries. I don't just pick random one, I pick something that relates to the topic, and also the caption or the title of the blog should also be the same. And I start to apply it to my own videos as well. Yeah.
Yes, just like you said, it's not only about the videos and photos, but it's about how you narrate the story, the photo that you posted. Anyway, actually, I have like noted a post your recommendations for tourists, like how many days they should spend, which places they should visit. So maybe you can talk a little bit about it, about that post. Yes.
Sure. From my experience, because I also work in the hospitality industry as well.
Yes.
So I think it also relates to the content that I previously talked about, basically people leaving comment about Siem Reap. So every time I see those type of comments, I try to explore. So I also saw a lot of comments saying it only takes 2 or 3 days for people to explore Siem Reap. But as someone who lives here, I how would I say, I want to change the perspective of international traveler, especially how they see Siem Reap, because Siem Reap, when we think of Siem Reap, the first thing that goes through their mind is the temples, and mostly just Angkor Wat, Bayon, Taprum, and maybe some nearby temples. But I think Siem Reap has so much to offer beyond the temple. That's why I want to make them see that. But first, I didn't know how to present it. But then I came up with, I wouldn't say a story, but a narrative. So in order to prove a point, you need evidence or supporting points. So if you want people to spend 5 days, 7 days, basically anything longer than 3 days in Siem Reap, how will you do it? So the first thing you need is the reasons. So why should people spend time in Siem Reap? So they need reasons in order to make the stay longer. So that's why I try to mix places that they can visit with the I would say itinerary that fit those activities. So I play around with, first of all I started with 3 days, and then I extended to 5 days, a week, and then 10 days. And I even expanded beyond just Siem Reap. I expanded to Bat Dam Bong, to recently I created content about 10 days in Cambodia. So first they started in Phnom Penh, and then they first started in Siem Reap, and then they go to Bat Dam Bong, and then to the seaside, and then back to Phnom Penh. So you got like not just 4 places, you got like a lot of places that you can visit within the 10 days. And for example, in Siem Reap alone, you can visit the temples, you visit the mountains, the Tonle Sap Lake, and then when you go to Bat Dam Bong, you also experience Bat Dam Bong, and then you take travel to Siem Reap, you visit Korong and then back to the capital and then fly out. So it creates, I'm not just proposing activities, but I'm also creating, how to say, it's like a customer journey.
Yes.
How would they imagine themselves? I want them to imagine how they would travel from one place and how they do it. So in order for them to have a reason to do so.
Yes, because lately when I check your Facebook page, your content is more about green season as well.
Yes.
And I believe you might have heard the word for a few years already. So, like, do you think that the green season, it makes Siem Reap province attractive and more appealing, or but in what ways, from your perspective?
Okay.
Perspective.
I think that's a great question. Like I mentioned, I also work full-time as a marketer. So I think it relates a lot to what I'm doing, because I actually moved to Siem Reap in 2005, and my parents were sellers at the market. And every time it's around this time of the year, around June or July until the end of the year, we call it the low season. Low season referring to low number of tourists. So I think it creates a subconscious thing in our head. When we hear low season, we think it feels depressing.
Yes.
For sellers, for business owner in Siem Reap. So I think the way that we switch from the naming of low season into green season really create a positive impacts and also positive feeling for travelers, because when we hear green season, we don't feel the depression, we don't feel like we don't think about the tourists, we don't think about the negative part. It makes us think about the scenery instead, how Siem Reap is transforming, how the different places that people can visit during this place. So I think the naming of green season is really good, a good way to, you know, to call this period of time of the year. But I also, green season is a special time in Siem Reap as well, because as someone who lived here, I see the difference between dry season and green season clearly. So I got a lot of friends on the internet, not just local but international viewers. Every time they see my post, they like it, but they're not sure when to get that views. And every time I tell them it's in the rainy season, they feel like it's hard to travel, it's not worth it, stuff like that. But then when I show them the image that they would get during the green season, they feel differently. So I think in order to create a, how would I call it, a soft power for Siem Reap, is making sure the green season is, well, not just the name, but also how we bring everything that back up this name. So the places, the views, the feeling that people get from this.
But talking about the green and lush landscape during this green season, as a content creator yourself, like what places that you like the most to film?
I think there are a lot of places, but I think they are, if I divide it into category, I would say 3 or 4. So for myself, during this time of the years, the places that I visit the most, first of all, obviously the temples, because you get different views from the dry season. So like places like Taprom or Prakan. Like last year we got the matcha trend.
Yes.
The green, the pond with the green pools. So that really comes from the effect of the green season or the rain.